The HoverAir X1 Pro Max isn't just an action camera drone. It's a tool to help you capture your story. In this video, I'll show you an entire travel film I shot using only the HoverAir X1 Pro Max. Let's get into it.
If you're on my side, then we can make it together.
You might be wondering how to get better cinematic shots with your own HoverAir X1 Pro Max drone. Let me take you along of how I captured the short film and share 3 tips that I use to capture everything along the way. So for getting cinematic footage with your HoverAir, one of the first things that I did today when we're out and shooting this little short film was putting on an ND filter. If you don't know about ND filters or haven't used them before, they're such a key tool in getting cinematic footage with any drone, let alone the HoverAir. So basically, think about it as like sunglasses for your drone. If it's really bright out, everything, you kind of have to squint, everything's really bright, but as soon as you put on sunglasses, there's less light coming in, and so you can properly expose the image. When we first started filming, the first couple of shots, I noticed that everything was really blown out. It was really, really bright, and so in editing, I know that it's going to be really, really hard to take down, and it takes away from that cinematic looking footage. The HoverAir comes with its own pre-made custom NDs, so you don't have to go looking for any. They come with the drone, which is really, really awesome. Comes in a little pouch like this. Open it up, and there's a few different ND filters here. They're based on the different strengths. So if I'm in a really snowy environment and everything's pure white, I'm gonna have to use something stronger like an ND 64, 32. But if it's just a bright day out like this, there's nothing really that's pure white or super, super bright, then something like an ND 8 or 16 is gonna be totally good. Just think of it as like the strength of your sunglasses. Like the darker, the more tinted they are, the less light it lets in, but we still need light because not everything's super, super bright around here. So I slipped it on to my HoverAir drone and everything was perfectly exposed just with an ND8. And one of the other things that the HoverAir lets you do is actually optimize the camera for the ND filters. So all I had to do was press a little switch for whatever ND filter I chose. In my case, it was the ND8, and then it exposed everything properly and the footage comes out looking just fantastic. So that is the first thing that I did today for capturing this little short film purely with the HoverAir X1 Pro Max. Super, super awesome drone and beautiful location. So let's move on. One of the other things that I've been using to capture the cinematic shots for this short film is the beacon and joysticks combo. This is essentially just a manual controller that I can use to control the HoverAir X1 Pro Max. Obviously, there's so many cool features with having the drone track you, and there's so many different modes that we've been using throughout the day where I don't have to worry about getting the shot. I can literally launch it from the palm of my hand and it just starts to do angle track, or it follows, or it gets really, really cool shots. And there's so many awesome modes on it. But yeah, sometimes I do want to throw on and have that sort of classic drone feel where I can control every single movement, have the shots that I want to get. Sometimes there's certain shots that I have in mind, like gliding through the trees and kind of hitting a gap. And that's something that the drone can't do right now with the autonomous flight modes or some of the pre-built flight modes that it has. But obviously you can do that with your controller. It does take a little bit of practice, but you can get very, very different shots and you have full control over what you're capturing, which is great. So how this little beacon joystick module works is
360 degrees spin.
Okay, thank you. This beacon right here is almost like a sort of like a tracking device where I can attach this to my my bicycle or like put it in my pocket when I'm skiing. And this sort of acts as like a tracking device for the drone. So it can track just this beacon, and it's really, really easy to see how the shot looks, be able to control when it's recording, what the settings are for the recording and whatnot. And then you also get these two little joystick attachments, and they're really, really easy to attach. They're just magnetic, so all you do is you clip it in. So that's how it knows to get into that. You can also do it from your phone, but I highly recommend using something like this. Just you get so much better feel with actual thumbsticks for the controller and being able to tilt and control the recording modes. So pretty sweet option. And once you take off, one of the safety features that I think is so important with drones is the fact that when you take off, it remembers that as your home point. So if anything happens, the drone automatically just heads to its home point. So if I'm flying above water, like I just was, if anything goes wrong, it'll just glide back to the home point, which is really, really nice and a nice safety feature. But this is a beautiful, beautiful area. I'm gonna launch up the drone a little bit more and get some more cool shots. So let's keep filming. We just finished filming at this last location for the little short film that we shot with the HoverAir X1 Pro Max. The final thing that I kind of wanted to touch on, which is so useful and was the backbone for this entire short film that I shot with it, was the flight modes that it has inbuilt. And there's so many to choose from. Hover, dolly zoom, spiral, orbit, manual mode, like there's so many to choose from. It's what made filming everything so easy and so seamless. And one of the things that I really, really love about this drone specifically is it's kind of inconspicuous. It's very small, it's very quiet. And so we were able to film in public locations throughout the whole day. Everyone was really happy to chat and find out more about this drone and what it's capable of. There's lots of drones where you can't do that. People will come up to you and try to bug you about, you know, you can't fly here or whatever. But for a drone like this, perfect for filming in public spaces, and you don't have to be self-conscious. So filming it and just gets great shots at the end of the day. If you know what your vision is for the short film, like what kind of shots you want to play around with, like there's so much variety to choose from. One of the things that I really, really loved was being able to choose everything on my phone, switching between the different modes, and then choosing the distance, how long the shots would take, and just really catering it to how I would want the shot to be. What's super, super awesome is that you can just focus on acting and being in the shot without having to worry too much about controlling it and just pretending like you're not controlling it. You just set it for what you want it to do for you, have it take off from the palm of your hand, do the shot for you, and then have it come back and land, which is amazing. I really hope you enjoyed this short film, and I hope you got some good tips for using the HoverAir X1 Pro Max in your own little videos, whatever you're trying to film. This is a really awesome drone to carry around and have. If you haven't yet checked out the HoverAir drones, I'll leave a link down in the description where you can check out more information and all the specs and stuff. Let me know what your thoughts and comments are on this drone and the cool shots that you've been getting with it. I'd love to hear more about what you guys have been filming with your HoverAir drones. And with that being said, keep filming, and I will see you guys in the next video very, very soon. Peace.